Okay, example 3. A continuous random variable x has a probability density function fx equals to 1 over 14 for x between 0 and 2 and 1 over 14 modulus x minus 9 for x between 2 and 4. Right, so the question is, the first one, we need to sketch the graph for fx, and b, we want to find the probability of x between 0 and 3 and probability of modulus x minus 3 less than 2. Alright, so for the first part of the question, which is we need to sketch the graph for the function. Alright, so the interval involved here, the first one is between 0 and 2, so 0, 1, 2, and then between 2 and 4, so 3, 4. Right, so we have two interval here, the first one between 0 and 2, and then between 2 and 4. Alright, so for x between 0 and 2, okay, the function is 1 over 14. So let's say this is 1 over 14 here. So 1 over 14. So that's just a constant. So a constant is just a horizontal line. So we have a graph like this. So that is for the first part, which is for the interval between 0 and 2. And then for between 2 and 4, that is a graph for a absolute value function. Right, so let me write here. So 1 over 14 modulus x minus 9. Right, so this is a function. If we refer to its basic definition, 1 over 14 is a positive 1 over 14 x minus 9. And another one is negative of 1 over 14 x minus 9. And then this is for x greater than equals to 9. And this is for x less than 9. Alright, so since x is in between 2 and 4, so that's mean if you look here 9, okay, so less than 9 is negative and this one is positive. Since 2 and 4 is less than 9, so that's mean, so the function here is equivalent to negative, so fx equals to negative 1 over 14 x minus 9. So we're going to use this function. Alright, so this is a linear function, so we can take two value of x, which is 2 and 4, and we want to know what happened to fx or what happened to y coordinate when x equals to 2 and x equals to 4. So when x equals to 2, okay, y is equals to negative 1 over 14, 2 minus 9, so this is 7 over 14, okay, which is 1 over 2. And when x is equals to 4, so y is equals to negative 1 over 14, 4 minus 9, so this is equals to 5 over 14. Alright, so 7 over 14 or 1 over 2 is up here. See up here, this is 7 over 14 or 1 over 2, okay, is here when x equals to 2, y equals to half, and when x equals to 4, y equals to 5 over 14. Okay, 5 over 14, a bit down here, maybe here. Okay, 5 over 14. So when x equals to 4, y equals to 5 over 14. So we connect these 2 points with a straight line. So we get the graph for the function fx. Alright, so we finish with the first part of the question. Okay, second part of the question, we're going to find the probability. Alright, so part B number 1, we want to find the probability of x in between 0 and 3. Alright, so that's mean we're going to integrate. Alright, so here 0 and 3, so from 0 to 3, so it will involve integrate from 0 to 2. First part is to integrate from 0 to 2, and the function is 1 over 14. And next is to integrate from 2 to 3, okay, and the function is we can use the modulus since we know that the function is negative 1 over 14, so we use this. We already referred to the basic definition, which is negative 14 x minus 9, so we're going to use this function because it's easier to integrate with a normal, not a modulus function. Right, so we're going to integrate this. So first 1 over 14 integrate, we get 1 over 14x, and the limit is between 0 and 2, and then minus 1 over 14, so integrate x minus 9, that become x squared over 2 minus 9x, okay, and the limit is between 2 and 3. Right, so we just substitute the limit. So 1 over 14, 2 minus 0, minus 1 over 14. Okay, the first limit is 3, so 3 squared over 2 minus 9 times 3, okay, minus x squared, so x squared is 2 squared over 2 minus 9 times 2. This first part is become 1 over 7, and the second part, this is negative 1 over 14. Okay, and inside here it become negative 13 over 2. So if you calculate this, we get the probability is 17 over 28. Right, so that is the first one. And part B number 2, we want to find the probability of modulus x minus 3 less than 2. Alright, so this might be confusing because it has a modulus signs there, but we can refer back to, or we can solve first, okay, the modulus equation there. So we can use our knowledge from the previous chapter in first semester. Okay, we know how to solve the absolute value inequality. So we have modulus x minus 3 less than 2. So we can separate this. Okay, the first one is x minus 3 less than 2. Since this is less than, so this is n. And then x minus 3 greater than and negative 2. So we can solve this. So x is less than 5. And this one is x is greater than 1. So we need to combine back these two solutions. Since this is n, so the combination that we use, we're going to use the intersection operation. So we can draw a number line. So it involves 1 and 5. So first one is x is less than 5. So x less than 5. So x less than 5. And then x is greater than 1. Alright, so since this is intersection, so we want to take the interval that are intersect. So this part, so that's mean x is in between, okay, 1 and 5. So that's mean modulus of x less than 2 is equivalent with x is in between 1 and 5. So that's mean this probability here is equivalent with, we want to find the probability of x between 1 and 5. And since our interval only involve between 0 and 4, okay, so that's mean if we want to find this probability, we just to integrate. The first one is from 1 to 2, and the function is 1 over 14, and another one is from 2 to 4. Okay, not to 5, because our function is only defined until 4 and otherwise is 0. So we just integrate until 4. So that is 1 over 14 or negative 1 over 14 x minus 9. Alright, so we're going to integrate this. So the first part is 1 over 14 x. Okay, the limits is 2 to 1, 1 to 2, and another one is negative 14, negative 1 over 14. Okay, and integrate x minus 9 become x squared over 2 minus 9x, and the limit is from 2 to 4. Okay, so we substitute the limit. So 1 over 14, okay, 2 minus 1 minus 1 over 14, and this is 4 squared over 2 minus 9 times 4 minus 2 squared over 2 minus 9 times 2. Right, so and then we're going to calculate this. This is equals to 1 over 14. So 2 minus 1 is 1, so this is just 1 over 14. Okay, minus 1 over 14. So inside here, if we calculate, we get minus 12. Right, so this is equals to 13 over 14. So that's how we solve this question. Example 3.